Hey, on this video, I want to talk about vision boards. Now, if you've followed me for any length of time, you know I'm a big proponent of vision boards. But the big thing is how specific is your vision board, okay? Vision boards have to have not just, you don't just get a bunch of magazines, cut out a bunch of pictures, stick them all over the vision board and say, I want big muscles, a big car, I want an airplane, I want a sports car, I want to look like this, I want all this money in the bank, and I want these islands behind me. Now that is great, and you should get all of that if that's on your vision board. It may be different. You may want to be feeding an orphanage in another country. You may be wanting to build a home for your parents. You may have a picture of debt-free with a line across it, debt-free, and a date across it, right? So sometimes it takes the form like that, and other times it's a lot of pictures. Regardless of what's on the vision board, specifically when it comes to the things that you want, you have to get very, very specific. For instance, if I told you, I see this house on your vision board, and now I see a house. Is that the house you want? And they say, no, we want a house. I'm like, okay, then do you have a house that looks just like the house you want? Well, yes. Okay, let me ask you some more questions. What color is the house? So you could have a picture of the house you want and the color by it. What is the driveway? Is the driveway straight and just runs right into a garage door? Or is the driveway up a hill, tree-lined, swoops around, has a water fountain in the middle, a giant car cover where people can pull up, step out, walk up into the home, open up the giant double doors, right? The foyer is magnificent. The chandelier's there. There's fresh flowers. You're looking through the house. You see the beautiful seating areas. Oh, there's a pool behind it. Behind the pool, there's the water. There's the intercoastal, right? Kind of give you a hint of what I see on my vision board. Well, that's the kind of stuff you want to have on there because it doesn't take an emotional route until there is something very specific. What's the smell of the room when you open the door? Is it fresh flowers? Does it smell like cookies? Right? Is it a familiar fragrance? Right? What color are the walls painted? Is it dark and moody and kind of cool? Is it bright and cheery and real open? Are the floors carpeted? Are the floors tiled? See, because when you can get real specific with the visions on your vision board, not only do you anchor it emotionally, but at that point, see the specifics is where people struggle. They can easily go up to the bookstore or wherever and get a bunch of magazines, cut out pictures, stick them all over a giant, 3-foot poster board and stick it somewhere on a wall. But when you get real specific, it requires faith. It requires an emotional connection, and it causes you to dream, and it forces you to dream. And remember, we are so conditioned because of familiarity, having to be realistic, squashing our dreams historically because, they probably won't happen anyway, so why should we do them? There's a lot of that going on. That when you start to have to get specific about a vision board, remember, vision boards are designed to take you from where you are to put you to a place where you want to be. People say, well, that stuff's not important to me. It's not even necessarily the stuff that has the power. It's the fact that you went from where you are to that place, the person you became when you got there, and the stuff then becomes a reward and testifies to how much you've changed. So getting real specific on a vision board does require a different dimension of people. If you haven't done a vision board before, you've got to get one. Get a big piece of poster board. Like I said, get photographs, get pictures, write under it specifically the things you want to see. The houses, the cars, if you want, a new watch, if you want, and people have a tendency also on a vision board to trivialize it or say, well, that's not important. Well, I don't need a new watch, or I don't need a new car, or I would never spend that much money on that, or that's too expensive. Please remember, it's all relative, right? A $10 million house to some people is normalized. To some people, it's something beyond what they could ever even imagine, even hope, or even dream of. Some would say, well, yeah, I need that space because we entertain all the time. I need all the bedrooms. We have guests in town. The kids, we're always doing events, etc. Other people would say, oh, I don't need that much room. I just need enough for me and my own stuff. right? So it's all relative. So the size or the scope of it doesn't need to be something that, I guess what I'm saying is don't make the mistake of scrutinizing every little detail of the vision board. I've put stuff on vision boards before that I thought I wanted, and I was going after it, but then my taste would change and things would tweak, and I'd say, well, you know what, I want this instead. And I would get that instead, right? Vision boards, if you took a snapshot of the population, the only vision board that most people have is the stuff they scroll on social media and the photos they've screenshotted in their phone. But that is not a way to anchor your soul to it emotionally. It's not a way to say, I have a goal in my business, my life, my relationships, my health, my dreams, my future, the grandkids, what have you. When you get that specific and you can really drill down into those kinds of details, now suddenly your vision board is not just some semantics that you would do because you feel, oh, I'm supposed to have a vision board because that's how you grow your vision. No, it's a war map. It's a battle plan. It's a trajectory anchor. The more specific it is, the stronger it is. The more specific it is, the more power you have to fight for it. The more specific it is, the more your heart has to bore into it and have faith for it. And it's funny, if you can start to look at a vision board or capture vision like that, and then before long, if you're able to actually see yourself, I do this all the time in my garage. It was funny. I would go in my garage, and when it was time, when I wanted another car or I see another car, I'd say, what do I see in here? And it's the funniest thing. I'd walk out of the house into the garage. I'd walk out and I would see myself getting into a vehicle, a certain color vehicle, a certain type of vehicle. And if the vehicle in the driveway or in the garage was not that, and I wanted the other one, crazy thing, it worked. I got it. I ended up getting it. And this happened over and over and over and over again. And it's kind of crazy, but I remember I was counting with the kids the other day, and a lot of this is because I love vehicles, okay? So I'm not, don't read into this. But 33 cars, I think I counted, since Holly and I have been married, we've had. And so it's, 33. So it is just a thing where I get something in my mind, I anchor onto it, I focus on it, and I go get it. And the more specific it is, the easier it is for me to not be sidetracked and distracted. The reason you need it specific is because you take your life, your circumstances, what you're doing, what you have, what you where you are, what you don't have, and you take what's on that vision board, and it's almost like a laminate. Any of you that were in school, you remember the laminate machines where it would have that clear piece and they would project it up on the wall, and the teachers would write on it and the whole classroom could see it? Some of you remember that. Now, it's like that. You take that laminate that has your vision things on it, and you hold it in front of your life. You hold it in front of your circumstances. You hold it in front of where you are. And you make where you are and your circumstances in your life conform with your vision. That is another reason the scripture says, make the vision plain, write it down, make it clear so that others that read it can run with it. And those that read it can run with it. It's paraphrased, but that's the whole point. It is to anchor your heart on something specific. Now again, got to go here real quick before we end the video. Don't make the mistake of saying that's not important, that's not spiritual enough, that's unnecessary, that's extreme. Don't go there. Allow your heart to expand. Allow your mind to expand. Allow yourself to dream again. The scariest place for people, and I see this all the time, I've watched it for years, I'm talking even super successful people, is as soon as you bear down enough on the details of vision and what they really want in their lives, and they allow themselves to open up the door of their heart and really have it click, it's a very sober moment, because sometimes I say, well, I'm not living that at all. And sometimes they say, I can't take it, it's too much, and they shut it down. Or other times they'll look at that and they'll go, and they'll have this emotional minute because they go, you know what? That's always been in my heart. That's what I've always wanted to do, be, have, experience. I can't believe that everything in my life looks so different. And they almost like get to drink from it again. They get to drink from that vision board and from that vision again, and it fills up their heart in a way that it just has tremendous power, guys. It just has tremendous power. So hope that video helps. I will see you on the next video. Don't forget, if you're seeing this video on YouTube, to like, subscribe, and ring the notifications. Don't forget to go to GabrielSedlak.com. I have an amazing course to help you take your life to a completely different level. I've written a book for those of you that work for yourselves in a home-based business to help you take your vision to a completely different level and break all the mental stuff. And there's always resources. And if you subscribe to the weekly video email newsletter, you'll get stuff like this coming to your inbox every week, all right? Blessings. I will see you in the next video. Bye.